when voters get stopped by technical issues like this, what's the process to either get relief and get more time to vote or not?
Before we get too much farther into the analysis of the games, you can see the sun starting to set behind the trees here. So let's go back and check in with Chandler for a game day night forecast.
Big things are happening in Pine Bluff, but if the Pines Mall is forced to shut down, that could be a significant setback in the city's revitalization plans. So we'll look at some of the legal issues that could force the mall to close. Plus, a little rain isn't going to stop the Little Rock Marathon, not with tens of thousands of people either running in it or cheering on the runners from the sidewalk. We'll break down the timing for you for tomorrow's storms. And there was nothing that could get in the way of a celebration at Bud Walton Arena. The stands were packed as the legendary '94 team came back home, and the fans wouldn't stop cheering until the current Hogs ended up with a victory. THV 11 News at 10 starts now.
It's a very different tone than what we've seen from Congressman Louis Gohmert over the years. Congressman Gohmert, very much a firebrand in Congress, willing to speak perhaps some unpopular opinions at times, willing to get attention for himself. Nathaniel Moran hasn't been that kind of person as county judge, hasn't struck that tone during the campaign.
Imagine the next time you come to the zoo, in this spot, you could be able to feed rhinos or stand way up high and feed the giraffes, or get to see red wolves and razorbacks side by side. The water in Mauriceville was tall enough to cover the top of this yellow pillar. Now, this store had an ice machine that was set up right back here, but the water was so strong it carried it all the way across to the field behind the store a couple hundred yards away.
Governor Greg Abbott decided that March 10th would bring the end of pandemic restrictions in Texas.
All businesses of any type.
You see, I took a photo of Duke here this morning. He's my 85-pound yellow shadow. We were just sitting out here on my back deck, just enjoying the beautiful weather. I posted it to my Facebook page, and a lot of people seemed to relate to it. Whether it was Duke's expression with his eyes nearly shut and the big grin on his face, or just the pure bliss of being able to enjoy a beautiful day like this, they all seem pretty happy too. So I figured I'd go see what everyone else around Little Rock was doing to enjoy the beautiful weather.
Remember, you have to go together.
I like coming to this park because it's really fun and you get to explore like the tunnels and stuff, so that's really fun.
Kinley Floyd explored every inch of Riverfront Park with her brother and mom. It's a rare day when they can stay out and play to their heart's content.
We have been able to, but we weren't able to stay out very long because it was so hot.
We tried to go to the zoo a couple weekends ago, and it was just, we couldn't even stay. It was way too hot.
106
Yeah, I think the heat index was 106.
There were lots of families with the same idea. And people walking the Junction Bridge, riding scooters, even enjoying a first date.
Just get out and have some fun. It's really nice. The breeze is cool. Weather's cool for the next couple of days, I'm sure. Just take a break from what you're usually doing.
Low numbers. Good on a thermometer, great on a scorecard. Rebsamen Golf Course was packed with golfers looking for both for the first time in a few weeks.
It's been brutal with the weather we've had. Today is a refreshing breeze compared to what we've had. This is awesome.
Robert Cortinez and his son usually play once a month on weekends, but they made sure to get in a midweek round when they saw the forecast. And Robert dropped in this 15-foot putt on 9, giving himself one more reason to smile.
I hope you got that one. My game's not any good anytime, but I have fun when I come out here, so that's why I do it.
And Daisy and Duke both enjoyed the day. They would have been chasing every tee shot down the fairway. But the club pros and the staff at Rebsamen said they had many more people teeing off today than they usually would. And with city-run golf courses being under a little bit of scrutiny recently, they were very happy to see that. Reporting live in North Little Rock, David Lippman, THV 11 News. Moving into that brand new home. It's about freedom, independence, the very things most of our men and women in uniform fight for. But many veterans and service members in the market find that for sale sign actually means for someone else.
In this market right now, it is a little bit more challenging.
That's because a VA loan has gone from being an advantage to being a hindrance in many cases. Dozens of members of Congress sent a letter to the Secretary of the VA demanding improvements to the home loan issuing process. They say so many veterans are being passed over, 11% of VA home loan borrowers switch to something else before they buy, compared to just 1% of conventional borrowers.
They've been over there, or they've been defending this great country, so let's help them use their VA home loan.
Unlike a conventional loan where the buyer makes the down payment, VA loans are for 100% of the home's costs and are fully backed by the government.
They've earned this benefit, so take advantage of 100% financing for the VA loan.
GP Terrio earned that benefit by serving in the 101st Airborne for 4 years before becoming a mortgage advisor. He said many sellers' agents discriminate against VA loans, believing that without cash at stake, a veteran might not be as committed to a deal as a buyer putting cash down.
Most of these veterans, they have money saved up for a down payment. So what's so powerful about this is, here lately, people have been going over asking price, let's say, or the listing price. Well, we have 100% to play with. So if it doesn't appraise, a lot of these veterans, they can make up that gap.
With homes selling so quickly, lots of buyers will take a cash offer or a conventional loan that waives contingencies over a VA loan. Terrio said that many veterans and service members, after hearing that, won't consider using the VA.
And there's nothing more that gets me fired up because the loan officers or even the veteran, because they don't know because they're hearing such bad negativity about the VA loan that they think it's not even an option.
In Tyler, David Lippman, CBS 19.